let's talk about all the extra features that you get with it.
Oh, right, okay. So instead of this convenient motorized disk eject, you push a button on the top, it makes a
Hmm.
ding noise.
Right.
The clown comes up, and then you lift up the clown, and then you load your disk.
Uh-huh.
And because the internet is a predatory animal on kids,
Right,
it
right.
is just dangerous and satanic.
I've
Uh,
been saying it since day one.
it, there's no online. There's not even a way to plug in a USB dongle to get online. It's been completely gutted from the OS entirely. And it's not even really reduced in price. So I'm not saying that the Wii is super dependent on its online infrastructure, but it did actually have an online store, had games available digitally that you couldn't get any other way. So,
So basically you're saying, how many have you pre-ordered so far?
well, I mean, just for the site, because we're here for
Hmm.
the gamers, none.
True.
But
11.
I'm sorry, Brian. What was that?
I said I pre-ordered 11 just for you
Oh,
guys.
good.
Five are
Christmas
going to
stocking
Randy.
stuffers.
5 are going to Randy and 6 are going to you, Nathan. Just saying.
Oh boy, I'm
I'm
loved.
trying to think of a funny joke of what I would do with 5 Wii's, but I can't even think of anything.
Well, when you're cleaning out your litter box and you need a scoop, and all you have sitting around are Wii Minis.
Hmm. All of a sudden they start coming in handy, huh?
Yeah, I mean,
Then-
okay. Why is this thing so expensive? Why is it? It comes out in Canada first of all right. Now it's like I guess it's in the UK. They're obviously testing the waters with this thing. They know what they have. They know they can't just
And they know
release
what
a
they
price.
don't have. Exactly. They know what they have. They know what they don't have as well.
I mean, I honestly, it's stupid to say after the poll, but I honestly don't see the point of the system. Um, what what is there to say? Honestly,
There really isn't anything. There really is no point to this. From one perspective, I can see that maybe they're repackaging old hardware to make manufacturing costs cheap, but it seems like the R&D would kind of cut into the money that they would save by going this route. Maybe they're thinking down the road
what
further than
what are they
you were
saving?
considering.
I mean, they made money off of the Wii like day one when they
Hmm.
started selling it. It was like $250 when it first came out, and it was a lot of people don't like
Yeah.
when you
But
say
at
it,
the
but
same
It's
time,
it's like I just don't see why the Wii needs to exist anymore. It's like everybody that wanted one has one. Nobody there's Nintendo has given us exact like no incentive to ever go back to buying a Wii ever again. Why this exists is beyond me.
right.
So yeah, that's
yeah,
all I gotta
I
say
mean
about it.
they've almost completely stopped all development on the Wii. I think they even said as much. There's not going to be any new major games coming out. The last great game that came out for the system was a RPG that just barely made it to the States called Xenoblade Chronicles, which by the way you cannot buy new anymore. So that's like expensive on eBay. And it's like, after that Nintendo's focus is completely on the Wii U and the 3DS, and for good
Didn't
reason.
didn't Xenoblade Chronicles go digital on the Wii Store though?
No,
No, I thought it did.
not that I no. If
No,
it did, I'm
no.
sure the price would drop. It it's honestly it's not as though the Wii was a bad system. It's just like as Brian said, there's not a whole lot of incentives anymore to purchase the console for new people. You're looking at uh, next to no new games coming out. There's certainly no high profile games, and I honestly think that this fall off from the sales probably prompted this idea of making this cost effective system But they did not drop the price. It's kind of like Sony when they made the super slim PlayStation 3. They did not drop the price, despite the fact that it's very obvious they're cutting costs on the build of the system. Right. So, it's obviously not something that I think will ever really get widespread release. I think the test markets are going to be very indicative of people's attitude towards this, not just this system, but right now the Wii in general. So I mean, Kinect is almost totally taken over the sales for casual.
They gotta offset all that money that they're making off the Wii U.
Yeah, or losing.
Yeah. All right, guys. Is there anything else this week that happened that you guys would like to talk about before we move on to our topic?
Let's see. There was a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game announced.
Oh, I saw that. I saw the trailer that you put on the site. That thing looks freaking awesome.
Can
I just say I'm excited? It's gonna suck, but it like there's this part of me that like remembers the arcade and just wants that game to be how I imagine it in my head.
Right now, I'm picturing Brian scrambling to find that trailer.
Are you still there?
But
I promise.
Oh my gosh, that trailer got me excited. I had no idea
that awesome.
The game existed, and I saw it on the side. I'm like, oh my gosh.
When the rumors were like, okay, we're making a game based on a cartoon series, I'm like, okay, well, this is going to be kind of kiddie looking.
Yeah.
But no, they made it like semi-cartoony, semi-gritty real.
Yeah, it kind of looks like the original movie.
It has to be good. If it's not good, I'm quitting gaming.
The original movie was fucking badass, sir.
Oh, yeah. I even like the second movie.
The second one, Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go?
Hell yeah, man. I grew up on that shit. Don't diss it. That's my childhood.
I was there too, man. I was there too.
Secret of the Ooze is one of the greatest films of all time. Just
okay,
saying.
all right. No, plead your case. Please, plead your case. I want to hear why Secret of the Ooze is.
It has some of the best one-liners I've ever had.
You've ever had?
I've ever had put into my ear holes, and yeah.
Please give us one of the one-liners. I would love to hear this.
I don't know, man. Those lines are a little too rash.
Wow.
Yeah.
Explicit. No, don't get me wrong. I like Secret of the Ooze, but the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie was fucking amazing.
A better movie. I'm not going to debate that, but...
Like, it was edgy. They were still allowed to use their weapons in that movie.
Like, okay, the first movie was the Sean Connery, James Bond. The second movie was the Roger Moore ones. Sillier, more over the top. Goofy,
I would almost say that it was the Lazenby.
Enjoyable.
I would say it's the Lazenby.
Lazenby?
Yeah.
You know what? I have to see that one.
Whoa, come on, dude. I thought we were playing a Bond game.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I that one movie, I know, it's bugging me. I've not seen it.
All right, but yeah, no, the game looks awesome, and it's probably going to suck, but it looks awesome right now.
Please don't suck. Play the Konami games, whoever's developing this.
But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else this week. I know there was a little bit of Xbox news, like specs, but it's all speculation at this point. When do you guys think that's going to happen? When do you think we're actually going to get that reveal?
Well, wasn't the rumors for April?
Is April what people are saying?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much of it is people think it should happen and how much of it is actually going to happen. It wasn't like, Sony, like, a month or so in advance said, hey, we're having this conference. Was very open about that fact, sort of hinting at what it's going to be about without actually announcing it.
At a certain point, they got to make a play, because, I mean, they're giving Sony, like, so much, like, of the spin cycle right now with all the talk about Sony. They have to make a move soon.
You usually don't get stuff like this at GDC, I don't think. So if they're going to announce it pre-E3, you would think it would be before GDC.
Right.
Or after. GDC is this month, though, right? Yeah, so maybe after, but before E3 sometime, because they have to. We talked about this. We beat the horse to death. They have to say something.
That horse is not going on any runs anytime soon. We beat the shit out of it.
The horse is crippled. But
But more importantly, when do you think Nintendo's gonna announce the Wii U Mini?
oh yeah, well that's a good question. There's so many features they could cut from that and not really reduce the price. Let's see. Well, they don't.
They
Really
could just
need
get rid of the gamepad.
They don't need the gamepad.
Yeah, they really don't need a disk drive.
They really don't need online. The Wii
I mean,
needs online more
from
than Wii
judging
U.
by their philosophy so far, they really don't need games. Come on, that was good. That was good. That was good.
Boo!
Oh,
No, I'm just
boy.
kidding.
We're gonna be branded anti-Nintendo for the rest of our being.
Hey man, I'm sorry. If you think Nintendo's still awesome right now, you are delusional.
Hey, you know what? I'm not saying
I
they
don't-
make bad games.
I don't
Because-
No,
think
they don't make bad games. I'm not saying they make bad games.
I don't
I'm
think
just
they're
saying.
completely delusional, but I do think they're still holding on to the past. It's
like, I don't
getting to
think
that
they're
point. I think they're like on the fringe, kind of like where
It's like-
I don't
It's like
know.
the fanboy in love with Nintendo, and you just kind of go in and go, "She's not that into you, man."
It's like, I don't think they're crazy or anything, but I do think they eat their own poop.
Well, yeah, I mean, eating your own feces, yeah, but not crazy. But for nutrition.
I won't touch that save that for the after show, but yeah, I mean, you know what though? I will say this, not to completely dump all over Nintendo to continue the feces analogy, but they have been getting a surprising amount of third-party announcements. Still not enough. Still a lot of games missing. But I am kind of a little bit encouraged by some of the support, with the cross-platform games that's being announced. It's nice to see that the Wii U has a chance to be a low-cost sort of next-gen system in the sense that it has more memory. It can do high-resolution textures better than the 360 or PlayStation 3. It has that opportunity to sort of blend the two generations and give gamers looking for next gen games, because some of them are going to make it to the Wii U more than say like the Wii wasn't really capable of 360 or PlayStation 3 games, but I really think the Wii U has more of a chance to handle PlayStation 4 720 games, at least to some extent, because the technology is closer related. And, just for people looking for those types of games who are on a budget, there is a chance, there's a slim chance that Nintendo could find a niche there with the Wii U.
But the thing is, with the budget, that you have to keep in mind that at the price point they're right now, they're not even budget. They're dealing with a $300 and a $350
No,
price tag.
they have to drop the price.
They would have to drop the price
the price.
astronomically, or come up with some feature that would.
I think they can do it at $250 and $300. They can do it at that price.
I think it has to be like $200, $250. I mean, you're talking about like systems that were capable of doing laps around what Wii U can do.
Well,
and then not having the games. I mean, even the feature set isn't really that appealing in comparison to what the new systems are going to be able to do. You have to have a dramatic price drop to compensate for the lack of technology.
okay, well, yeah, they need to fix their store, first of all. Their store is atrocious right now. There's a lot of things that need to be patched related to the online features. That is critical, especially if you're trying to go after that hardcore market, sort of next gen. And in terms of price, I mean, honestly, I feel like there shouldn't be like the cheaper SKU, first of all. Just have one SKU, because we're only talking like a $50 difference anyway, and the drop in features is huge. But the thing is, Nintendo is kind of riding a line here of, where they drop it too much, considering they're probably not going to boost sales exponentially. They're going to be losing money. So right now, I'm not sure they're making money still on each system sold. So they can't drop it so much that it just becomes completely, redlining their profits. But
I gotcha. Well, I mean, just to kind of like get it going. I mean, it's not that I wouldn't get these games, but just